It has been a hot minute since I uploaded, but here is a brief montage of what I've been up to. So that has pretty much been my life lately. Chris and I moved into the new house about 3 weeks ago, and then last weekend our little family grew by 2. We adopted 2 cats from our local Humane Society through Neko Cat Cafe. They're 4-year-old sisters and they're doing really, really well. Before I switch gears into a more comprehensive update, I just wanted to note that I'm using a hardcover dotted moleskin journal in the color navy blue. I switched to this probably mid-February from my 5x7 journal that I used in my last video. February was really crazy since we were closing on 2 houses and getting ready for the move, and then for obvious reasons March has been interesting to say the least. I don't want to talk too much about the coronavirus situation, but I'm just going to say that myself and my family are healthy and doing okay. My husband and I are both very, very, very fortunately still working. We're both able to work from home. I've actually worked from home for the past 2 years, and I was talking to my mom the other day who works for the same company that I do, and we were talking about how there's just such a contrast to the fact that our days look essentially the same as they did 6 months ago or a year ago. But the rest of the world is completely different. And yeah, it's a scary time. And if you have been affected health-wise or financially, emotionally, my heart just goes out to you. And I hope you're okay. I don't really know. I guess the scariest part for me is just that we don't really know when it's gonna end or get better. But I've been finding a lot of comfort and stillness in my journal and in other creative endeavors. And I hope you can do that too. While I'm recording this, I'm watching the footage and I'm noticing how shaky it is. I recorded this in one of the rooms upstairs. I think we're gonna make this a guest room eventually, but right now we have the computer and my desk in here. But one of our new kitties, Minka, is in a cat bed on the desk, and she's grooming herself, and she keeps shaking the desk, and it kind of shakes when I was writing. So I tried to stabilize it, but it was taking way too long, so I just left it alone. But sorry, it's kind of shaky footage. Yeah, so let's see. About a month ago, I met my friend Sierra at a coffee shop downtown. This is obviously before everything closed, but I did my March setup at the coffee shop just with the materials that I had. I didn't have a plan going into it or anything. I really liked how it turned out, so I decided to do a really similar setup for April. So yeah, I did a little calendar. I didn't leave a ton of room to write in events since I don't have a lot going on this month. The only thing that I want to make sure I remember is that I have about 5 friends or family members with birthdays this month. I try to always talk about what I'm reading when I make these videos just because I think it's fun to like keep track of. And I don't know, I feel like a couple of you have asked me for recommendations and stuff or asked like what I'm reading recently. So right now I'm reading The Stand by Stephen King. I understand that this is a very like morbid reading choice given the current situation, but The Stand has been on my TBR for years. It's one of my dad's favorite books ever, and he's been trying to get me to read it forever. So I finally dove in. It's really good. And like even though it's kind of relevant to what's going on, it's also like a good escape. So I'm still getting into that one. I just finished Notorious RBG on audiobook. That one was really good. It's about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I also recently finished Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. That one is really interesting. I've been really into nonfiction recently. I thought I would be doing more reading, but it turns out that moving into a new house is a lot of work, and a lot of my free time has just gone to unpacking or getting organized or settled in. Chris and I have this running list of projects, and yeah, they just keep piling up. So by the time we finish something and I'm off work and we've eaten dinner and fed all the pets and walked the dog and like FaceTime family, it's usually pretty close to bedtime. I also wanted to give a update about my Etsy shop. I had hoped to have it back up and running earlier in the year, but with moving, it kind of got put on hold. But now that we're at the new house, I have located all of my various cords that allow me to like hook the Cricut up and print and everything. So I should get it back up and running soon. But I do have Animal Crossing arriving in the mail on Tuesday, so like we'll see how bad my productivity takes a hit when I join the cult and start playing that. Oh, this is I'm watching this and it just reminded me to talk about this, but something I have been wanting to try forever and that like being at the house has, I don't know, given me like the motivation to try. But I've started making homemade matcha lattes and they are so good. I basically just saw a couple videos where people were making them and then I looked up some like specific instructions, but then I kind of just did my own thing. I use coconut milk and half and honey and then like matcha powder I found at my local grocery store. But they're so good and it's just so satisfying to be able to make a latte at home since I haven't left my house. But yeah, I don't know, just like little things like that are getting me through. So thanks for watching this video, and I really, really, really hope you're doing okay. And hopefully I'll upload more frequently. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Bye.